Okay, so in the previous lecture of vectors, we have ended our lecture after dot product, right? So in this lecture, we will be learning about cross product. Cross product, okay, which is also called vector product. Vector product. Clear? So if you have two vectors, say A vector and B vector, okay, not position vectors. In case of products, we are not concerned with position vectors but length vectors. So if you have two vectors A and B, then the cross product is given as A cross B, which is given as A B sine theta n cap. Clear? A B sine theta n cap. Now what is n cap? So n cap is basically an unit normal vector which is perpendicular to the plane of A vector and B vector. Clear? And its direction is basically, as the right-handed screw rule, right-handed screw rule. So the right-handed screw rule actually gives you the direction of the n cap, basically, right? Suppose this is your A vector and say this is your B vector. Clear? They have an angle theta in between them and they are on the 2D plane in a sheet. So this particular vector will be the n vector, n cap, okay, which will be 90 degree with the B vector as well as will be 90 degree with the A vector. I guess it's clear. Okay. So next we will be talking about what are the algebraic properties of vector product. So basically vector product is not commutative. A cross B is basically equals to minus B cross A because the direction changes. A cross B and B cross A, their direction changes. Clear? So basically it is not commutative. They are distributive with addition. Okay, that is A cross B vector plus C vector is equals to A cross B plus A cross C. Clear? Similarly, this is if first case. Similarly, B plus C cross A vector will be B vector cross A vector plus C vector cross A vector. Clear? It is distributive with respect to vector addition and associative with respect to a scalar value. So this can be written as MA cross B. Clear? And can also be actually be written as A cross MB. Clear? So associative with respect to scalar value. Next, if we talk about the geometric properties, so before talking about geometric properties, okay, let's start with geometric properties only. So geometric properties. Okay. So what will be in case of like vectors? Like vectors have angle 0 degree. So in case of like vectors, A cross B is equals to 0. Right? In case of unlike vectors, that is angle having 180 degree, A cross B is still equal to 0. In case of perpendicular vectors, A cross B is equals to mod A mod B and n cap. Clear? Okay, these three properties are clear. Further, we have I cross I equal to J cross J equals to K cross K equal to 0, and we have I cross J equals to K. Reason being, K vector is an unit normal vector which is perpendicular to both I and J. Similarly, J cross K is equals to I and K cross I is equals to J. Clear? Clear? Okay. So these are basically the geometric properties of what cross product gives us. And next we have a very important application of cross product, that is if you have a parallelogram. Clear? If you have a parallelogram, say like this, okay, this has been a rectangle actually, we are talking about general parallelogram. So if suppose this is a general parallelogram A B C D, we draw its diagonals like this, clear? And suppose this diagonal is given by A vector and this diagonal is given by B vector. Let's say this diagonal is given by A vector and this diagonal is given by B vector. Okay, so basically the area of this parallelogram, that is area ABCD, is given as half mod of A cross B. Half mod of A cross B. I guess it's clear. Okay, half mod of A cross B. Okay. Okay, so now we will be talking about how to formulate the vector product. Okay, when we are given a vector in terms of its components. So we will give the heading vector product in terms of component. Vector product in terms of component. So suppose you have A vector is equals to A1 I cap plus B1 j cap, or let it be A2, A2 j cap and A3 k cap, and B vector equals to B1 I cap plus B2 j cap plus B3 k cap, then A cross B is given by the determinant I cap, j cap, k cap, A1 B1, A2 B2, A3 B3, which is given as A2 B3 minus A3 B2 I cap minus A1 B3 minus A3 B1 j cap plus A1 B2 minus A1 B2 minus A2 B1 k cap. Clear? Clear? Okay. So this is what in this manner actually we solve the cross product cases when we are given in terms of components. Clear? So we can actually find out the value of sine theta from cross product also, but finding it from dot product is much easier. You can find sine theta, like sine theta is mod of A cross B over mod A mod B. Clear? Got it? Also from this vector product case, a very important concept arises. It says that if A vector is A1 I cap plus A2 j cap plus A3 k cap and B is equals to B1 I cap plus B2 j cap plus B3 k cap, then if the vectors are parallel, that is they are like vectors, like or unlike, A1 by B1 is equals to A2 by B2 is equals to A3 by B3. Now how do we get this? Basically when theta is equals to 0 or 180, this becomes 0. So by equating this to 0, we get this result. Okay, you can do it yourself. Got it? So I guess this portion is clear. Vector product portion is clear, I guess. The next product we have is triple product or the box product. Okay, scalar triple product or the box product. Okay, so let's talk about that now. So here we have scalar triple product. So what is scalar triple product? See, triple product can be of a number of ways. You can find triple product. You can do a dot b dot c. You can do a cross b cross c. You can do a dot b cross c, and you can do a cross b dot c. Clear? You can do these things. These are all cases of triple products. Okay. Amongst these, this particular product is called the scalar triple product. Scalar triple product, and this is important. The reason being, this gives you the volume of a tetrahedron or a parallelopiped. Clear? This gives you the volume of a parallelopiped which has its vertices as which is formed by basically not vertices, basically the lines arising from the vertices are represented by the vectors a vector, b vector and c vector. A parallelopiped is given like this, like this sort of thing. Okay, a parallelogram, in you may call it a 3D parallelogram, something like that. Okay, so suppose this is the vertex, so this is b vector, this is a vector, and this is c vector. Let's see. So if this angle is theta, and say b and c have their perpendicular vector like this, clear, that is 90 degree to both, and this angle is, let's say, alpha. Clear? So a dot b cross c can be written as a dot b c sine theta. Clear? Basically the mod, we are taking the mod, that's why we are not taking the n vector, n cap, because n cap, mod of n cap is 1, and from here what we get, so this becomes a, this is b, this is c, you have sine theta, and you have cos alpha. Clear? Clear? This is your triple product. Okay, so this also gives you the volume of a tetrahedron, not directly, but doing 1/6 you need. So basically your tetrahedron looks something like this. Clear? So suppose this is a vector, this is your origin, this is c vector, this is b vector. The volume of a tetrahedron will be 1/6 the box product of ABC. This box product, I'm giving you it here. So basically this is why it is called box product also. This actually means the scalar triple product. Clear? Got it? How to find the scalar triple product in form of components? Basically, if you are given, let's say, if you are given, let's say, a vector equals to a1 I cap plus a2 j cap plus a3 k cap, b is given as b1 I cap plus b2 j cap plus b3 k cap, and c is given as c1 I cap plus c2 j cap plus c3 k cap. Then the box product of these will be given as the determinant a1, wait a second, the determinant a1, a2, a3, b1, b2, b3 and c1, c2, c3. Three vectors are coplanar if three vectors, let's say these three vectors only as described above, are coplanar if this determinant equal to 0, that is a1, a2, a3, b1, b2, b3, c1, c2, c3 equals to 0, or their box product equals to 0. Clear? Their box product equals to 0. Got it? This is the condition for coplanarity. Condition for coplanarity. Now we talk about some properties of scalar triple product. So let's say properties of scalar triple products. Okay. The first property is the property of cyclic order, that is A vector, B vector, C vector is equals to B vector, C vector, A vector is equals to C vector, A vector, B vector. Okay, they can be interchanged in cyclic order. Clear? Clear? Box product of ijk is 1. Box product of I cap, j cap and k cap is 1. Clear? Got it? Achha. The other properties are actually dependent on dot product and cross product, so you can find them. So you can basically find them on your own when you will be solving problems. So this lecture is up till this much, guys. In the next lecture we might be talking about direction ratios and direction cosines in a broader way. So meet you guys in the next lecture.